The United States is in the midst of one of the greatest demographic shifts in its history. By 2043, people of color are expected to make up a majority of the nation's citizens. Growth in the Puget Sound mirrors this national trend. In the first decade of the 21st century, the region's population grew by more than 415,000 people. People of color represented 92% of that growth. Growth and development are commonly portrayed as beneficial for everyone. However, the reality for many in immigrant, low-income, and communities of color is quite different. Development projects make their neighborhoods unaffordable and families are displaced. The communities where they are able to live often lack the resources residents need to live healthy, prosperous, opportunity-rich lives.
In particular, your chances, your prospects are limited based on race or ethnicity or economic status or even zip code, where you were born or where you live.
Increasingly, we're recognizing that actually the community in which you live is determining how healthy you are. If your streets are unsafe, you're not going to have your kids walk to school. If there's no healthy food in your corner grocery store, you're not eat as healthy as someone who has that advantage. If there's a high density of liquor and tobacco outlets, the community will suffer. Increasingly, particularly in places like King County, health is concentrated in some areas, poor health is concentrated in other areas.
Across the Puget Sound, communities are organizing to address these issues at their root. They are addressing historical inequities in key interconnected areas: economic opportunities, education, transit access, environmental justice, and quality affordable housing.
When we occupied the building 41 years ago, never did we imagine that we would have an opportunity like this to create housing for our community. The project is going to be called Plaza Roberto Maestas, is named after our principal organizer, Roberto Maestas, who passed away almost 3 years ago. What we've seen over the last 30 years or so is that many communities of color are leaving the cities and going out into the outlying areas where rent is more affordable, but there's not services there, the jobs aren't there, and so this is an opportunity to bring people back into the community.
Environmental justice is, in more technical terms, it's making sure that individuals are involved in environmental policies that impact their lives. You have an area that is kind of separated from a number of resources. They have some economic challenges. They're far away from places where they can buy healthy food. They have limited park space where children can play. Their sidewalks and their streets are also, there's some safety concerns of residents. You've got some air quality concerns, and you've kind of got these layers of injustices, which we kind of capture that situation by calling it the social determinants of health. So the social determinants of health as they pertain to environmental justice is what we focus on at Solutions.
What we really want to see at Got Green is a target local hire, citywide policy. We want to make sure that city projects that are happening in the community benefit community members, and that they are living wage jobs and are sustainable.
Growth, development, and change are natural aspects of our society. As we move forward, we must choose whether those forces will benefit everyone or only a select few.
For us, equity is basically access to opportunity, and to make sure that the people who live and work and own businesses in the communities where development occurs get to share in the benefits. So when change happens, what we really want to do is be able to get to a better balance. Government can't do these things alone. It's really important now for government to work with others in the community.
We totally need people who believe in the communities, the power of communities, and what they bring. We can't assume that just because a person doesn't speak English that they don't know kind of what a policy level discussion would mean.
Policymakers and elected officials need not to go far to figure out solutions for the problems in our communities. Our community members know what's up and know what their community needs.
Engaging government, philanthropy, and business around the idea of equitable development is important. Equity can be both a moral imperative and a superior economic growth model. But for this model to work, it has to start from the ground up, with strong, informed, committed, community-based leadership.